Okay, so for our foundation day, we are doing this competition, okay, where you have to make a paper mache art out of a balloon, and the other one I'll be explaining to you in some other video, okay. So for that, to make the paper mache art with a balloon, first you need a balloon, you need to inflate a balloon, and you need some cutouts of paper. So you take a big newspaper and cut them down in this sizes. Okay, so all this cutouts should be of these sizes. As you can see, this. So now you will need a balloon. Look, I've inflated the balloon with air. Okay, then you need some sheets of paper. I'll cut them out. You need a Fevicol. You need a brush to paint the Fevicol, a paintbrush like this. Okay, and you have to mix the Fevicol and some water. So first I'll pour in some Fevicol, okay, and then I'll pour in some water. So as you can see, I've put in some Fevicol and I've put some water in here, okay. Remember, the amount of water should be quite less, okay, and you have to mix these up. That means you have to mix Fevicol and water. So look here, when you finish mixing, it will be somewhat like this. Now we move on with our procedure. Okay, so you take this mixture of Fevicol and water and you paint it on one side. Okay, first you put it like this, and you take a sheet of paper, the cutout paper, and you stick it like this. Now the remaining parts, the bottom parts, take it and then you stick it, paint and stick. Similarly, we'll stick the other sheet also. So in this process, first I will cover the entire balloon with these sheets of paper. So as you can see, I have covered the entire balloon with this paper. Okay, now this portion, the top portion, I've left it like this because we are making a container. So the top portion has to be open. So after you have completed covering one layer of paper to this entire balloon, you have to repeat the process. Okay, so as you can see, I have covered a second layer on this balloon, okay, out of paper. Now you have to keep this to dry. So on the first day, don't take it out directly to the sun, okay. There's a chance that the balloon might burst. So on the first day, you keep it indoors, let it settle a bit indoors, okay, and on the second day you keep it out in the sun. So let it dry for 2 days, one day inside your room and in the other day outside in the sun, okay. And after that you will coat this with one more layer. So once it's dry, you have to put another layer of paper like this. Again you try it out for 2 days. Again you take it inside. Again you put one more layer. So you need to put total of 4 layers. First 2 layers, dry it for 2 days in the sun. Third layer, dry it for... Okay, so I have let it dry for 2 days. Now I put another layer of paper on it. The same process. Take your Fevicol, mix it with water, and you paint it on the surface. And then you add paper, this paper on it, sheets of paper. Continue this process till the entire balloon is covered in one more layer of paper. So now that I've completed one more layer, okay, so I've added a total of 3 layers to this. Now I'll dry it in the sun, and again I'll put one more layer. That will be the final layer. Okay, so children, that balloon, when it dries up, okay, you poke it or you cut the end of the balloon, and then it will be somewhat like this. It will come out, and once the balloon comes out, you will get a container like this. Okay. So as you can see, this is dry. This is of a fixed shape, and now we will paint it. Start. So take some black paint and you cover the entire this container with the black paint. Okay, so I've painted it and it has dried also. Okay, so now look here. First, draw the constellations on a piece of paper. So I've drawn all the 12 constellations here on the piece of paper, and these constellations I'm going to draw them on this container. Okay, now you can do one thing. You can take glitter, silver glitter, okay, the one that you get in tubes, okay, which is mixed with glitter, this gum, okay, you can use that. But since I did not get, so I'm using a glitter pen. Okay, if you get that, if you use that, then it's much better. So let's take the first design, that is of Aries. So we will draw them like this: 1 2 3, okay, 4 5 6 7 8 9, then 11 10 11 and 12. So 3 here, 3 here, and 6 in the middle. This way we can contain all the 12 constellations out here. Okay, so let's start with the first design, that is Aries. Now when you draw it, don't draw it too big or too small. Okay, try to make it accordingly to the size of your container. So look here, as you have seen, I have drawn Aries here. Similarly, I will draw all the 12 constellations on this container. Okay, so look here children, I have completed making this. Okay, I have made the constellations and I have written their names: Taurus, Gemini, then you have Aries, okay, Sagittarius, all around I've made it and I have written its names. So what you have to do is that you have to make it, you have to write its names, and then you can just a minute, you can use it to anything. Okay, now when you make this, okay, remember one thing, you have to take the end portion and flatten it a bit, okay, because if you don't flatten it, then you won't be able to keep it straight. If you keep this portion a bit flat, then it will be able to sit straight like this. Now you can use it to store anything. You can use it as a flower pot, you can use it to store your things, or just as a decoration piece also.